Hello, welcome to Maker Studio. I'm Cheryl and I create over on the Home I'm Making Facebook page, but I am here today to show you a really cute fall project. So as you hop on, let us know where you're watching from. Hey, even give us what your temperature is because fall is in the air here in North Carolina. So I'm going to start with a wooden pumpkin shape. Now I did get this at Target. They have a little craft section, and then I'm going to start with this. So one of the things I'm going to use on this project is the gel stain in the English walnut. I do transfer it to a little cup just because it's easier for me to work out of. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to take a foam brush and I'm going to go over the whole entire pumpkin, sides, front, everything. So I just wipe on some gel stain and then I just take a lint-free rag, go over it. Now this is a water-based stain, so it dries pretty quick, and it also has a scent in it. It's got essential oils in it, so it's a really easy product to work with in your home because it doesn't have a bad odor. Like I do all my crafting in the house, so it's not like I walk into my craft room and go, what's that smell? It smells good. So just taking my foam brush, going around the side, and then I'm going to go on the back and complete the whole thing with the gel stain. Now, don't forget, all the products that I use in this tutorial are up in the description section. You could find them when you get off the video, and you could see exactly all the products I used in this project. Okay, so I just got the whole thing covered. I'm just, again, going to take a lint-free rag and go over and just get excess off of here. Again, I got this at Target, so it also comes with a little hanger on the back, but I'm actually going to use it as a shelf sitter. So if you just hopped on, welcome. I'm Cheryl from over on the Home I'm Making Facebook page, where I do lots and lots of projects using a Maker Studio products. Okay, so see how when you use the stain, how it lets the detail of the wood come out. Another thing I'm going to do, I just have this little oval. I'm going to stain this while I have my stain out. It's just a little oval shape, but I do want this stained also. So I'm going to take the same gel stain and quickly go over it. I do not need to do the back of this because it's not going to show. I do like to totally do my products front and back, but that's not going to show. So let me get cleaned up. I am going to take some heat to this just to dry it really quick so I can continue on with the rest of my project. Now, heating it is not part of it. It's just for me to get the project moving along. But it does dry pretty quick, the gel stain, because it is a water-based stain. All the products are water-based, so they pretty much dry quick. I just don't have the time on this slide to do that. I like how the grain of this wood comes out with the stain. So sometimes I just like to stain things instead of totally paint them because it gives a little bit of detail and dimension to the project. Okay, so next thing I'm going to do is I am going to use the One Step paint in linen. It's a nice beigey linen color. Now the One Step paint is called One Step, doesn't mean one coat. What that means is there's no sanding or priming to your project, or you don't have to strip the wood or anything. You just apply it to your surface, whether you're refinishing furniture or making a project. So I'm going to just take some tape and probably about maybe a third of the way down, tape it off. I did transfer my linen paint to a little container just because it's just more, for me, easier to work out of. And then if it gets all gloppy, I could throw the container out. So now I'm just going to do this bottom half in the linen color in the one-step paint. Again, all products are in the description section of the tutorial. I am working away from the tape this way. I don't want anything to seep under the tape, and I want a crisp line. So instead of moving the paint into the tape, I'm moving it away from the tape. And I just want the top surface done. I don't want the sides. So once I apply this first coat, I'm going to dry it again with the heat tool. If it needs a second coat because it's too streaky, I'll go ahead and do that. So let me get this dry. Again, that's a water-based, chalk-based paint, so it dries pretty quick. But you can walk away for 20 minutes and it'll dry, and then you can put your other coat on. And if you notice, I did go over the stain, and I did that for a reason. Okay, that's dry. I am going to put another coat, a quick second coat. Second coats always go a lot quicker than the first. And this color is linen in the one-step paint. And the stain was the English walnut color. You have to check out the other stains because we do have a gray that's really pretty and a black stain. So if you don't want total coverage, stain is the way to go because it's not opaque like paint. I'm going to close that up, put this to the side. I'm going to take my tape off, and then I'm going to hit it again with the heating tool. Simple and easy. Did about 1/3 with the linen and left the rest of the gel stain peeking out. And then I did my little piece with the gel stain also. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to take a, let's see, I'm going to take just a little piece of some sandpaper, and I want to just get some of this sanded off, and I want the stain underneath to show, just like if it was rubbed off from age. No rhyme or reason, just a little bit, and then my stain underneath will come through. So I'm just taking a little piece of sandpaper and doing that just to distress it just a tad. Let me just get that. So if you see that, just a little bit, I just wanted to add a little bit of texture to it. So here's what I want to do. I'm going to take this little oval that I stained. Again, I don't need to stain the back because it's not going to show. But if it was to show, I would stain it and complete my project. So look at this stencil now. Don't forget to tag 3 friends and share this tutorial, and you will be in the giveaway for this stencil called Hello Pumpkin. There's so many different little pieces to this stencil. All of these are all individual. You got some pumpkin detail, little ones, little different embellishments over here, some leaves, acorns, and then a lot of different sayings. So if you are new to the Maker Studio line of stencils, they are a tri-mesh adhesive stencil, and they are reusable. So what you do is you open your pack, you pull out the stencil. Now there's a backing in here to stabilize the stencil. Keep that in there. And then here's your stencil. So what I am going to do is take a scissor and, take a scissor and cut out one of the segments. Now, there are cut lines on this particular stencil because each one of these are individual, not really meant to be used the whole stencil in its entirety. I'm going to cut that out. I'm going to put my stencil to the side. Now, reusable adhesive. Tri-mesh stencil. So what you do is you pull it off its backing, save your backing that it came off of. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to put this on top of this little round. So you just press it against whatever surface you're putting it on. And then now I'm going to take some of the gel art ink, and Lord have mercy, I like using a spreader for this particular project because this is such a small area. I cut the spreader a little bit smaller so I could use that as my applicator. So the Lord have mercy gel art ink, it's actually a product that was formulated for fabric because you could use it on fabric. I could put this word on fabric and you would have to heat set it for it to be permanent. But in this case, I'm just going to use it on this piece of wood. So what I like to do is just take a little bit, and then I always start the first time I touch my spreader to the surface, I always do it on the gray area, and then I just push it through the detail of the stencil. And all that detail will come through. Now I'm going to pull that off and you will see it transfer to this little wooden oval. See how that is? Can you see that? So what you do, reusable. So these are a adhesive stencil. All the product is now on that top part where I pushed it through. You need to release that from the stencil. So what you guys would do at home is after you remove it, right directly after you move it from your surface, go wash this under the sink. And what I mean by that is just run it under the tap water, take your hand and get all that, in this case, orange off of there. I have a water bath that I sit it in just for the time being because I'm not going to get up. But what you guys would do is get all that out and then turn it upside down, and this tacky side will be up. Just lay it on a cloth until it's completely dry. You would put it back on that little paper that it came off of when it's completely dry. Put it back into that sleeve that the whole stencil came in. And that's how you maintain your stencils to be reusable. So let me just get this closed up. Keep your containers also closed because they are water-based. I am going to hit this with a heat so that it dries quickly so I can get to the next part of the project. And again, the gel art ink is water-based too, so it also dries pretty quick. So what I'm going to do is take a little bit of hot glue. This is such a fun project. I love fall because of the colors. So fall in a maker's studio is a good combo right now. I'm just going to sit that right there. I hot glued it onto there, and it says Hello Autumn. I like the contrast of the stain sitting on top of the linen color. And the next thing I'm going to do is I'm just going to take a little bit of floral picks that I had picked apart just to make like a little bouquet. Okay, just like that. I actually peeled these off of other picks that I had. And now what I'm going to do is just take a piece of twine, and I'm going to wrap it around just to hold the grouping together. Just going around all the stems at the bottom. And then let's get this one wrapped around. And I'm going to come around and I'll just make a little bow here with the twine. And again, guys, don't forget to tag 3 friends and share this tutorial, and you will be in the giveaway for this particular stencil that I used. There's still a lot of parts of that stencil that I haven't used. I only used one little segment, as you can see, and there's a whole bunch of stencils left on there to use. I am going to trim this just a tad. If I need to trim it shorter when I get it on, I will. Now the next thing I'm going to do, and the only thing I'm going to do, is just go ahead and attach that to my project. So this was a simple and easy little craft project using some gel stain, some one-step paint, and a Maker Studio stencil. Let me just hold that to get it on there. Just hold it till it dries. Just gonna trim my little bow a little bit. So what do you guys think? Isn't that cute? Simple and easy little project. So here in a Maker Studio, we have a lot of different products to use to really up your game in the crafting department. And here I used a couple of different products, the gel stain, the one-step paint, and a stencil. Don't forget to go up into the description and you can find all that and the colors I used and the stencil. So I hope you really enjoyed this project. Go ahead and tag 3 friends and share this tutorial and you will be in the giveaway for this stencil. I have a lot more that I can make with this. So thank you guys for watching and have a great day.